Water. It's healthy, drink it. Narrated by Jesse Levine. Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Jess, but I mean, seriously, you should be drinking water. Water is a very necessary thing for your survival. You don't want to be dehydrated like all day. Come on, drink a thing of water right now. I know you're dehydrated. And you see, I just reenacted a tutorial from a survival game. Because every survival game is like, you know what you gotta do? You gotta drink the water. Because you're thirsty and you're gonna die in like 20 seconds. Survival games mimic real-life conditions like being hungry and dying. And you know what? Because it mimics real life, they're very easy to make. I mean, how many Minecrafts have you seen in your day? Probably 20,000. Because, you know, eating, dying, drinking... it happens all the time. You play the games because you're like, man, I really love eating, dying, drinking so much faster in the video game than in real life. Ah, nice, sweet. And then you can make like a giant, like, penis out of a structure and then maybe a couple of, little hairs too, or maybe some amalgamation of a disgusting masterpiece that's only wicked to a couple of people. You got a quick rundown on survival games because recently Subnautica 2 just released, and you know, I have a couple of things about it. No, I'm not just talking about like the Crafton CEO and the whole thing with the lawsuit with the Subnautica folks. I mean, wow, that's really funny. It was really stupid. The CEO was like, you know what, I'm going to use AI, and who's he wants it to sue you for $250 million. But he wanted to pull the rug under the Subnautica folks. And you might think I'll go for the low-hanging fruit of, oh, Drama Sunday and whatnot. All video games have Drama Sundays. Some dramas are just funnier than others. And some are also stupider than others. It's really a pick-and-choose kind of situation. They all got some kind of drama in there. No, this is a gaming channel. I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of what really makes Subnautica 2 tick. Because at the end of the day, I'm the gamer, not the dramerler. Except on Drama Sunday, which today's not Drama Sunday, idiot. Everyone's been clamoring on Twitter.com. Man, what does Jesse Levine think of Subnautica 2? Jesse Levine, please tell us what you're thinking. And I tell the folks, I raise a hand as I approach all of them in my giant podium. I have a statement on Subnautica 2. I've researched, I've learned, I've done a lot of testing, messing up the Cuphead tutorial, drinking water, just like you do in Subnautica, remembering that, man, I can go around and eat any fish I want at no consequence. With all of that in mind, so really, how does Subnautica 2 really stand out, make its presence known, really show me that it's not a 6 out of 10, too much water, 7.8, also still too much water. Most importantly, thank you, IGN, for all that inspiring journalism right there. I'm sorry to say, it's just disappointing. I'm somewhat underwhelmed by the whole project. I just think to myself, man, they've done this before. They've done it before. So let me break it down more as to what I mean, because that's the simple explanation. Let me show you a couple of things. And by I'm not showing you things. What do you think I am? Some kind of like researcher or something? Nah. I'm a visualizer. I'm going to paint the picture in your mind here. Subnautica 1, right? One of the first water-based games of all time. Wow, water game. Crazy. Oh, video games have water levels. Oh, Zelda Ocarina of Time, we got a water level. Oh, I hate it. Mario, we got a water level. Oh, some of them are good, some of them I don't really care as much for because it's Mario. No game ever thought to itself that, man, we should include water as a main mechanic in our game. And every game you're thinking of right now before Subnautica actually never happened. You're wrong. They never existed. Stop taking your schizophrenia medication. And give it a couple of hours and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's the first water-based game of all time. So that means it's got the innovation of swimming in water, fish, but not with a fishing pole, driving the boat underwater, and most importantly, showing off the beautiful color of the water that is blue. And as we all know, blue is the most beautiful color there is. Really, a product of its time. I could not ask for a better video game where I get to see all the fish, all of the plants, play Minecraft underwater, and then realize, man, water, baby. And then we start to get to a little bit more where I start to see the game starting to, how may I say, lose a bit of flair. All right? Subnautica Below Zero, how may I say this in a very nice and polite way? They made the water colder. You know, not a bad thing. I understand there's like 2 types of ocean. There's the warm ocean, kind of the middle where it's like more lukewarm, and then the cold freezing ocean. Naturally, the next place they'll take it. Warm, then cold. But even though the water is cold, it's now the second water-based game. And you know, now that there's a second water-based game, it dilutes the water-based game formula. Since there's another one, you know, it's just not unique anymore. They thought, wow, we should really do more water-based. The reason why Subnautica picked off was because it was the only water game, and now you have 2 water games. It simply does not matter what innovations you bring to the table. Now that there's another one in this genre of water-type games, it just is disappointing because they probably could have done so much more with the water. Like, there's no snow cones, no ice cream waters. They don't even do any of that. And that reeks of laziness. I could see so many potential ideas that they could have explored with cold water. And since it happened, I just felt underwhelmed. I just could see in the back of my mind everything that they could have done, but it went not the way I wanted it to go. Does that make it a bad game? No, not necessarily. It's just, what expectation does this set forth? That it's 6 out of 10 too much ice now? Thankfully, IGN did not beat me to the punch on that one. Or Metacritic talking about the exaggerated swagger of a giant fish. Also beat them to that on that too. But it really sets up the expectation of, since Subnautica is successful, it's going to be a franchise, what should I look forward to for the third game? If they have water in the first one, brilliant, beautiful. They have colder water. I really wish they went in more on the cold theme, but you know what? You can't get everything you want in life, but I still enjoyed it, all things considered. Disappointed that it did not really excel as a sequel, but that's okay. So where does that leave the third one? And I really have no words for Subnautica 2. I expected so much more, where the game would finally take a chance on new innovative ideas, but they decide to go all the way back to Subnautica 1, which was warm water. Not even going further than cold water. They put the same type of water that was in Subnautica 1 into Subnautica 2. They recycled water. And you might be saying, well, that's good for the earth. It's healthy for the environment. I find it disgusting. When I play video games, I don't want anything reused. I want everything new and fresh. Like when I grab a fish out of the water, I want to still feel it breathing as I chomp down on it and suck out its blood like a vampire. I canonically don't eat, but you understand anyway. When I devour Subnautica 2, I wanted to feel it squirming as I bite into it, knowing, oh, this is a very, very good and properly cooked steak. It has to still be alive. You know what? We just remade Subnautica because we just couldn't find a new way to utilize water. Which, to be fair, it makes sense. There's only 2 types of water. There's warm water and there's cold water. Don't really have much wiggle room between that. So to be fair, my criticism does fall a little bit flat. Like, what other water are they expecting me to look at the moment? Sure, that makes sense. Obviously, that's a little bit difficult for the creative team to tackle. When you only have 2 waters that exist in the world, what else are you going to do? It's very difficult to really plan around that. And the inner creative in me just says, no, don't give them the easy, oh, it's difficult, so they couldn't have done anything with it. I don't stand for that. I expect the best out of everyone. And if they don't always deliver 100%, 6 out of 10, not enough effort. But the game got very close to impressing me. As you see in the video game, you can become like the fish as a person. In the first game, you are simply already the fish because you are an unkillable god. But this game reminds you that you're not an unkillable god, so you must learn how to become fish. Understandably so. To survive the ocean, you must become like the fish. Very, very good theming. And I really appreciate that from the writing side. But when it comes to gameplay and you're recycling the water, I expected them to take it further. You don't become the fish. You mimic the fish. You learn like the fish. But they don't take that extra leap forward like they do in Avatar where you become blue. You become the blue guys. You don't turn into a fish. And that would have made it a perfect 10 out of 10 masterpiece for me. That would have been the thing that makes it beautiful. A work of art. Sure, the water is warm again. Sure, something cold water, blah, blah, blah. But the artistry of truly becoming the fish really shows the full circle nature of Subnautica. Warm water, cold water, and then finally, fish. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. The natural place to develop the game. I saw it for a little bit because of the adaption system, but now what I see is the triangle, the trifecta. Fish. What is always in every water game? Fish. It's always fish. It will always be fish. They will never not be fish. Mario had an Italian plumber in water. Legend of Zelda had an elf guy in the water. Subnautica put just a regular guy in the water. And after 2 games, I was sick of guys in the water. But the 3rd game, they put another guy in the water and only made them partially become fish, but not fully fish. Imagine for a moment with me. Imagine becoming the fish in Subnautica. Think about it, how that would have affected the gameplay, the knowledge that as we try to learn about others, we lose our humanity as we try to adapt to the world that is around us, nature at its core. When left only to our instincts, we must adapt to what is around us to live and thrive. Much akin to Lord of the Flies, we become savages. We forget the ways that made us human. We must become what the water always intended us to be, fish. And while the water would be reused, that's okay, that would put only the game at like a 9 out of 10. Showing off the theming of becoming fish would just have sealed the deal for me because the writing would have been too good. Man become fish. Fish may become man in the 4th game, but I know it won't. It's a shame that it didn't happen. I really expected a lot out of Subnautica 2, and it's unfortunate to me that it just does not live up to what I wanted them to do with the water. And really, it just becomes another water level like you're kind of in like Mario.